You know, how would you know if you're with a narcissistic parent? They are going to believe that they're special. They can dish out criticisms really well, but they can't take any real or perceived criticism, even a small one. They'll really overreact. They're very self-absorbed. They don't really care about anyone else's needs besides their own. You'll find that the things that you do together are really just what they like to do. And if you enjoy it, that's just, you know, lucky, because they're not going to gear anything towards your enjoyment. They have children for a reason. They have children to meet their emotional needs. So they want kids to be their fans. They want kids to live their lives up for them, maybe accomplish all the things that they couldn't or didn't. And they can be very rigid and have fixed roles that are unfair for the family, and this is where the scapegoat comes from, and this is where the golden child comes from. They're fixed and unchanging, and they decide who plays what role, you know, fairly early on. If you're the scapegoat, there's just nothing you can do. Nothing's ever good enough. And this is a way for them to not have to look at themselves. This is a way for them to just lump everything onto you, every problem that they have, and they will project everything onto you. It can be very, very challenging, and they are very much like children. And by default, you have to become more of like a parent. And so, what is this likely to cause in you, in the person that had parents like this? Well, generally speaking, it causes a lot of self-harm. Because what we do is we internalize that narcissistic parent, and we become that narcissistic parent to ourselves, to our inner child. It can manifest in a lot of different ways. These can be risk takers. They can be people with addictions. They can be people in abusive relationships. They can cause physical harm to themselves, like cutting. But the biggest one, the one that I see most often, is that they cause emotional harm to themselves. They'll make a mistake and they will be worthless. They'll be unlovable. They'll be, you know, they're self-shaming. They're rejecting of themselves. They withhold love from themselves. So what are you going to do if this sounds like you? Well, the first thing you're going to do is grieve. You need to grieve. And that dream that you had, it was just a dream, and you aren't going to get that. You aren't going to have that relationship with your mother and father that you deserved. You're just not. But that's okay, because you don't have to get it from them to be okay. You can reparent yourself, and you can love yourself, and you can heal. Now that you know, see, here's the thing, once you know better, you can do better. And so now that you know, you can fix it. Just check yourself with your reactions to things, because you may not know what you feel a lot of times, or you may be very uncomfortable expressing those feelings, or you maybe feel confused a lot, like you're feeling something but you don't know why. That you're not used to being able to feel, and especially not be able to have it be okay that you feel. Your inner child. You want to love your inner child. You want to put a picture up on the mirror when you get ready in the morning. See it there. And you want to think of that inner child as your adopted daughter or son. And you want to talk to that inner child just like you would a little 3-4-year-old kid. Say things just the way you would to them. Because the way that we talk to ourselves is worse than we would ever talk to anybody else. Certainly not a little kid. Don't have any heart-to-hearts with these people. Don't have any heart-to-hearts with them. Don't try to talk to them when you are feeling needy or sad or lonesome. Don't do that. Know that they will not change, but that's okay. You don't need them to change. You just need to know what they are and deal with that as best you can. And yeah, that's for you to decide. Heal your attraction to abusive people. That's another, heal your attraction to abusive relationships. But that will kind of come with healing some of this other stuff. Last but not least, don't trust your guilt. Don't trust your feelings of guilt, because you have out of proportion guilt right now, and you need to sort of get in line with reality and what's normal and what's healthy for parent-child relationships, and because they have made you feel guilty for things that you aren't responsible for your whole entire life. So yeah, don't let pain attach to your guilt. And then, of course, keep coming back to YouTube videos and check out your local chapters of CODA or Adult Children of Alcoholics. They have found that since the adult, even if your parents aren't alcoholic, that is a codependent relationship, and it's very similar. Very similar. It was actually the best. Before there was CODA, it was the best model. Okay, I hope this was helpful for you, and if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And